beyond the mind. Embrace your inner healer and experience true healing. So the real reason you're not healing is because you're trying to heal with the mind alone. Every meditation, affirmation, biohack, supplement done in desperation from the mental program of survival is pushing you further from the very thing you seek. Because healing isn't something you do, it's something you allow. True healing begins the moment you go beyond the mind. In this video, I will show you why everything your mind is doing to fix you is actually blocking the medicine that already lives inside of you. In this video, you will discover powerful inner gateways to real lasting healing, not just physical, emotional healing, but a deep soul level transformation. You will learn to transcend the noise of the mind, listen to your body's sacred messages, and awaken the healer that has always lived inside of you. Number 1, transcend thoughts and return to essence. The mind is a servant, not a master. To heal deeply, you must learn to go beyond it. We live in a world addicted to thinking, analysis, labeling, judging. But real healing begins where thinking ends, where you return to the still, silent awareness underneath the noise of the mind. Most of the time, we're just trapped in our thoughts and don't even realize it. Change begins the moment you realize that you're not your thoughts. You are the awareness that observes them. So try this. Sit in silence for 5 minutes every day. Let thoughts come and go. Follow them, but do not engage with them. Just breathe through them and be. If your mind feels like a war zone, this simple practice offers peace and clarity. Presence, a return to who you were before the world told you who to be. And this happens not by controlling your thoughts, but by no longer identifying with them. So you're not your thoughts. You don't exist because you think. You exist as pure awareness. And your thoughts are mere strokes on the canvas of that awareness. Number 2, the body is the temple of God. Healing is not above you or beyond you. It is within you. Your body is not just flesh and bones. It is your energetic library. Every trauma, every joy, every lesson is stored in your cells. Yet we often ignore it and push through pain, suppress intuition, symptoms. But your body whispers, and if you don't listen, it starts to scream. So here's the shift. Your body is not in the way, it is the way. If you're always tired, anxious, stiff, your body isn't failing you, it is trying to talk to you. So when you start listening to your body, you gain a new language of inner wisdom, the beginning of deep embodied healing. And just to add, I find it really interesting. I mean, this may not sit well with some people, but I'll say it anyway. In the earliest human civilizations, it was deeply understood that the divine or God dwells within each human being. The physical body was seen as a sacred vessel, a living temple of the divine. Every individual had direct access to God, not through intermediaries, but through the awakening of consciousness within the body itself. It was within, not outside, that the sacred was first experienced. But as later civilizations emerged after Mesopotamia and beyond, this inner truth began to fade. God was externalized, turned into an image, a statue, a distant deity housed in a temple. People were told they had to go somewhere to find God, to worship an authority outside of themselves. The divine was no longer the inner light to be awakened, but an external power to be appeased and worshipped. So the point I'm trying to make is, your body is sacred. It is the vessel that connects you to your inner wisdom, to the divine within. And if you're experiencing uncomfortable symptoms, that is precisely your body trying to resolve and release energy that is disrupting this connection with God or with your higher self. Number 3, alchemy of the breath. Each breath is a golden elixir, life refining life. Breath is the bridge. It connects your mind and your body, your past, present, future, with spirit, your awareness or your consciousness. But when was the last time you actually breathed consciously? Each breath is a golden elixir, life refining life. Most people breathe to survive, but you can breathe to awaken, to heal, to remember. Your breath is your most powerful inner pharmacy. When you breathe consciously, you shift from fight to flight to peace, clarity, and inner flow. You switch nervous system modes from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic dominance, that is rest and rejuvenation. I've used breath work to move through anxiety, to process trauma, and to access stillness I never knew I had. So if your emotions feel overwhelming or you can't calm down, your breath is the doorway out. And when you learn to harness the power of your breath, you gain control, calm, a way to rewire your nervous system and reconnect to your inner healer. Number 4, shadow is the unintegrated healer. What you avoid holds your medicine. If you feel stuck in the same emotional loops or disruptive patterns, your shadow may be calling you home. This might be the hardest truth of all. The parts of yourself you have rejected or suppressed are holding the key to your healing. Unexpressed rage, childhood fears, old wounds, soul neglect. They're not your enemies. They are your sacred teachers. I've had clients I worked with who had chronic symptoms. No diagnosis could explain it, but when they finally allowed themselves to grieve, to cry an old trauma out, the pain eased. They didn't need fixing. They needed integration. The parts you suppress, reject, deny, they don't vanish. They, as energetic imprints, live within you. So energy healing is a tool that helps you meet your shadows with compassion, with love, not fear, and integrate them and forever move beyond them. The only way through is through it, not around it. So bypassing your shadows won't work. But when you meet your shadows and integrate them, you gain wholeness, self-compassion, access to the alchemical gold hidden in your darkness. Number 5, the heart is the healing flame. Your heart is not just a pump, it is the throne of your healed self. The heart is the seat of the beloved, the throne of the divine. So the greatest lie you have been told is that healing is something that you do in your head. No, it does begin in the head with a conscious decision you make with your intent. Your thoughts only start the process, but your heart is what gets it going. Because healing is not logic, healing is love. Love for yourself, for your wounded self, love for your life, your body, love for the people in your life. You'd be amazed how your body responds when it feels loved, when it feels safe, not rejected. If you constantly criticize yourself or others or overthink, judge, if you fear worst-case scenarios or feel unworthy, your heart is your healing flame. Connect with it. Number 6, sacred imagination and service is the missing link. Imagination is your healing compass. Mystics have known this for centuries. What you can see clearly internally, you can experience externally. Imagine your healed self. Call in spiritual guidance. Use your consciousness, your words, your focus, your energy, your intuition, intention, and step into your healed self. That is a paradigm shift from constantly needing to fix yourself to being in a state of wholeness. The result is measurable, experiential, not just in your fantasy or in your head. Even if initially you feel like you're failing, hang in there. Use your thoughts, feelings, and senses for imagination. And if you can set a powerful intention, and go deeper beyond all of this, that is even better. You collapse a healed timeline into your reality. Your healing may trickle down slowly, shower down in torrents, or just bloom from within. Every individual is different, and so is the unfoldment of their healing. So do not compare paths, do not compare outcomes. Just take inspiration, but trust your own journey. And when you begin to heal, you naturally want to help others, not by persuading or preaching, but simply by being the embodiment of your healed self. When you radiate your healing, you become a mirror for others. So to close it, you don't need to be fixed. You need to remember your wholeness. You are the healer and the healing. If this touched you, share it with someone who needs this message. Until next time, breathe, feel, and return home. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.